How's it going, everybody? Chris Card's back through the mail Monday. 7 returns for you today. Our very first return coming to us from North Houston, Texas. This one I kind of opened up a little bit already before I rolled the camera because I knew it was going to be hard to tear open without ripping stuff. There's just an envelope full of stuff in here. And there you guys go. We've got a 74 top signed by Mr. Johnny Edwards. Looks like he included some postcards as well. Some of his own merchandise. Very nice. Chris, best wishes. Johnny Edwards. Very nice return from him. Couple of postcards. Spent most of his 14 years with the Cincinnati Reds. 3-time All-Star, as well as 2-time Gold Glove Award winner, which I did have him inscribe on the 74 Topps card. Signed very nicely here for the set. Here it is. Unsigned index card. A few other cards in here as well, but that looks awesome. Very nice to get this back from Mr. Johnny Edwards. And now I do believe in this return, guys, we are going to get some questions returned, hopefully answered by a few of these returns in 2024. I have sent off about 80 TTM requests already, and they have pretty much all of them have questions that I sent. So I've started typing letters now. No more handwritten notes on index cards or little sheets of paper that I used to do. I always wanted to ask questions to the players. I know a lot of people do that as well, but I just can't handwrite as many TTMs as I do. My hand would fall off, and it would take me literally years of my life to do it. So unfortunately, I went with a typed out letter, kind of a form letter, pretty similar, but with a list of questions. So hopefully we'll get some of these answered in this week's Through the Mail Monday. As mentioned, it was something I've always wanted to do, and I guess we'll find out today whether we have any success or not in getting any of these questions answered by any of these players. So let's do it. Let's get on to our second return. All right, friends, next return from Santa Clarita, California, and this is in a larger envelope, a number 10 envelope, not the smaller ones. Bring God back to America, says Mr. George Culver, who played 9 years in Bigs with 6 different teams, including the Reds, Phillies, and Astros. I sent him a bigger envelope because he is known to send back photos as well, very similar to Johnny Edwards. And there we go, guys. There we got some answered questions here, as I mentioned. Very excited. We'll get to those here in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this, and I wanted to send a larger envelope just so he wasn't trying to shove things into a smaller envelope, and maybe they wouldn't even fit in a smaller envelope. So I folded up a larger envelope. No hitter, by the way, July 29th, 1968. For the Reds, and this was 1 year after Johnny Edwards, catcher, left the Reds. Signed a 74 Topps card there very nicely, along with his Major League Baseball playing years, which I asked for him to inscribe, as well as the Phillies, not quite the team card, but the team autographed card there, which I had him sign as well. And we've got a ridiculous amount of things back from Mr. George Culver. A 75 Topps, giant 75 Topps card. 1973 to 1974 inscribed. That was his time on the Phillies, and you guys realize he did not sign it. He figures that facsimile autograph is good enough, and I love it. It looks great. Another George Culver oversized card. It looks like he just scanned a few cards he had and made little postcards for people. So if you guys like freebies from your TTM request, George Culver is your man. And this is that's a custom card. I do believe I've seen some guys, maybe the same guy that makes them and sends them off. I think he took a custom card someone sent him and made it into a gigantic postcard here. And yeah, I'm glad I sent him the larger envelope. I can't even get all these cards on the screen here. George Culver, like I said, no hitter, July 29th, 1968, was a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher for the majority of his career. Looks like he put the years he was on the cards or on those teams there. Looks like he's probably got one from each team. He's got Phillies, Reds, Astros. Got a couple Phillies, actually. Dodgers, Indians, and Cardinals as well. Those are some of the teams he played for. So looks like there's a theme to his freebies. So very happy to get this back from Mr. George Culver. What a ridiculous return. This might be the most ridiculous return I've ever had. I do love the fact that he's like, hey, it's already signed. I don't need to sign it again. I know, George. I don't like those 75 Topps cards either. But let's get to the questions. All right, gang. He did answer some questions. Let's just open this up, and you can kind of see what I've been sending to people here. Mr. Culver, hope all is well with you and your family. First question was, what do you think of the new rules Rule changes in MLB. He says he likes the pitch clock, not the DH. Okay, I asked him who his favorite teammate was. I played with 6 teams. So just to name a few, looks like he said Tommy Helms, Jim Brewer, Steve Carlton, Gary Bell, and Bob Gibson. How about that? How many autograph requests do you typically receive each week or month? Around 30 per week. That's a lot. Is there something out there you would like those that request autographs to know? Pet peeves, annoyances? He says, do not send money. And the 5th question I asked him, do you still follow the game of baseball? Is there a team you root for? He says he follows baseball and he roots for the Dodgers. So there you guys go. Those were the questions I asked. I sent them off to probably 30, maybe 40 people. If you guys can think of a better question to ask, the favorite teammate one, that's kind of a cliche way. I think a lot of people ask that question, but I did want to find out the pet peeves, and I am curious about how many autograph requests these guys do get, because obviously SCN and Star Tiger and all those guys that keep track of TTM returns, it's just a small portion probably of who actually sends off to them, and people that probably don't even actually track on there. So 30 a week, and he sends off that much stuff. That's crazy. So there you guys go. That was a taste. I've got a few more coming back with questions, I do believe. Whether they're answered or not, we're going to find out here. Let's go on to our 3rd return of the day. Our next return here from San Diego, California, a fantastic place to visit. San Diego, California. It does not feel like I've got returned questions in here. Of course, this might be one I didn't send questions to. I do have questions returned here, by the way. Never mind. Doesn't look like they're answered at all, which is expected to happen probably more times than not. We've got Mr. Dave Rader on a 74 Topps Giants team card. Very nice. Dave Rader. Raider Dave. 10-year big league career. First-round draft pick, 18th overall in a 1967 draft by the Gigantes. Spent most of his career with the Giants. 1 cross plus 3 nails equals 4 given, with a little biblical literature here for us. Raider Dave, very nicely signed here, including the 75 Topps card. Very nice. I have nothing against the design of the 75 Topps card. Of course, TTMers just do not like the facsimile autos. It just kind of is a buzzkill. It clutters up the card for the real autograph that we hope to get one day on it. Let's see if any of these are answered. Yeah, we do. Let's see. We've got, looks like he answered, how many autographs do you typically receive? 5 to 6 a week minimum. Is there a pet peeve? Tape on the corners of the envelope makes it hard to open. I open and line them up for Dave. Giants and Padres, they root for, and it was signed Karen Rader, apparently his wife. And yes, there you guys go. They do not like tape on the corners of the envelope, makes it hard to open. She opens up the cards for Dave, and she lines them up for him, and he just signs them, just like that. So that's how they handle their TTM request in the Raider household. Thank you, Karen, for doing that for us TTMers. And there you guys go. Stop taping your envelopes. Why would you do that? Make it as easy as possible for these guys to open up your envelope and sign your cards. That's our whole goal. And there you guys go. There is his information. 2345 Summit Drive. Very nice return from Mr. Dave Rader. Glad to get this back. Answer some questions, or at least his wife did. Very nice. Let's move on to return number 4. Next return. This envelope is stamped from Tampa, St. Pete. Let's rip into this and see who our next return is going to be. I don't see any questions in here. Maybe I didn't send him questions. I'm not quite sure. But there you guys go. Steve Foucault right here. Signed beautifully here on an index card. Inscribed the 74 Topps card with his Major League debut of April 7th, 1973. 43rd round draft pick of the Washington Senators way back in 1969. Spent 6 years in the bigs, mostly with the Texas Rangers, Detroit Tigers, KC as well. Spent some time in the minors as a coach, pitching coach. Long Island Ducks as well as Independent League. He did some Independent League coaching as well. Steve Foucault, great return from him. And yeah, I'm not sure if I sent him questions or not. I think I did. So no questions answered from him. In fact, I'll actually put down on my little bottom. I'll have to look these guys up. I'm not sure who I sent to and who I didn't send to. But I know past a certain point, I sent everybody questions. So I'll get back to you on that. But Steve Foucault, very nicely. There's information. Great return. Land O'Lakes, Florida. Let's move on to our next return. West Palm Beach, Florida for our 5th return here. Home of Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and Donald Trump and all sorts of famous people that love the sun and surf and sand. And we've got Doug Raider here, who signed my 74 Topps team card upside down. He signed the 90 Topps card, manager card, right side up. Very nice. Doug Raider. I'll get some other guys on that Astros team card. Hopefully they'll sign it right side up. And we've got a rookie card as well. Doug Raider and Norm Miller. Norm Miller signs. We'll have to get that sent off to him as well as an 84 Topps manager card for the set. He managed for the Angels, Rangers, and the White Sox for quite a few years. Spent 11 years in the bigs, 9 of those years with the Houston Astros. Won 5 straight gold gloves from 70 to 74. Good little signer. No relation to Raider Dave. Dave Raider, who we got earlier in this video. And we've got Doug Raider next. No questions answered. No index cards returned. And I did send him questions, so there you guys go. Doug Raider, there's information. Let's move on now to return number 6. All right, gang, no surprise who our next return is. We've got Mr. John Blue Moon Odom. John Odom, not to be confused with the minor leaguer who OD'd in 2008. That's a different John Odom. In fact, there's a prospect now named John Odom who's working his way through, I think, the minor league system. We've got Mr. John Odom here, signed 74 Topps card, inscribed 3-time World Series champion, including the years, as well as 2-time All-Star, as well as the years. This is for my Topps set. I already had this card signed for the set, but for $5, I thought I would ask for the inscriptions, and I'm glad I did. This card looks awesome. It's going to look great when I put it in my binder. 1974 Topps, John Odom. Spent a dozen years playing for the A's. Let's move on to our final return of the day. Final return of this week's Through the Mail Monday from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hope you guys liked the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We do this every single Monday. Blank index card, as well as Jeff Reed. Jeff Reed signed a 90 Topps card for me. Former first-round draft pick of the Twins. Way back in 1980, 12th overall pick. Signed a 92 Upper Deck and a 91 Topps. Very nicely. Member of the 1990 World Series champion Cincinnati Reds. Also caught Tom Browning's no-hitter way back in 1988, filling in for an injured Bo Diaz. Ended up catching a perfect game, earned himself a World Series ring. Pretty illustrious 17-year career. 6 different teams he played for, mostly with the Reds and the Rockies. Nice return, nice way to finish off this week's Through the Mail Monday. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Here is his information. Elizabethton, Tennessee. A little blurry. Sorry about that. And that is it, gang. Hope you guys liked this week's video. Let me know what you guys thought of the questions, of course. Hopefully, with your input, we can cultivate 5 really good questions to ask these guys and see if we get any responses. I did not send Jeff Reed the questions. I was not doing the questions at that time, but before I send off my next batch of TTM requests, I'm going to go ahead and figure out maybe a couple extra questions to ask instead of the ones I'm currently asking. I do like, my favorite questions are, how many TTMs do you get in a week or a month? And of course, your pet peeve question. I think those are 2 questions that I am most curious about. But there you guys go. There's this week's haul, which is absolutely ridiculous. Got lots of stuff from Johnny Edwards. Look at it all. Unbelievable. Lots of stuff from George Culver as well. Tons of stuff. So very nice to get this back. Couple of team cards back, 74 Topps. Got to get those sent off to a few other players. Got a few Astros in mind. Got a few Giants in mind. I think Jeff Barr is maybe next. Or Jim Barr. Sorry, not Jeff Barr. Jim Barr, maybe for the Giants card. And I'll figure out somebody for the Astros card as well. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. And that is it, my friends. Through the Mail Monday, number 264. Put it in the books. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. Of course, any suggestions as far as the questions are concerned. Hopefully, next week we'll get a few more questionnaires answered. And hopefully, I don't know whether to put them at the end of the video, maybe, or keep them with the openings of the cards. I'm just trying to keep the video from getting too ridiculously long. But I don't know. It's a work in progress. We'll figure it out. We'll tailor it to hopefully perfection, and we'll be set from here on out. And that is it, my friends. Of course, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl yesterday. Go figure. Of course, they did. Congratulations to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, as well as Patrick Mahomes, who won his 3rd Super Bowl MVP. Really thought the 49ers were going to do it, but then, you know, the Chiefs just hung around for so long, and it just started getting that feeling like they're going to do this. They're going to pull this off, and they pulled it off all right. So, great game. Didn't really have a dog in a fight. Just bring on baseball season. That's all I'm saying. Also, I did put out my Let's see. I think I put it out today, or put it out yesterday. I put it out today. My, what are they called? Spring training sendouts. I'm sending out my spring training sendouts today. I was going to send them off on the 9th, which was Friday. I did not get to the post office in time to put them out. It was like 18 of them. I didn't really just want to. I wanted to go actually to the post office and drop them in the box. I didn't want to just drop them on the curb or in my mailbox. So too many of them, too many cards. So I went today to do it, and I'll make a quick little short video of who all I sent. Of course, you guys saw me open that pack on my TTM video on Christmas Day, I do believe. And I sent most of those guys out as well as a few extras. And I was going to do a few more, but you know what? It's already February 12th and time's getting of the essence. I've noticed a lot when I send off TTMs for spring training pretty early on, like maybe the first week when pitchers and catchers report, I get a lot more success. So that's what I did. And there you guys go. That's it, friends. Hope everyone enjoyed the Super Bowl. Have a great week. Hope the weather's warming up wherever you're at. And that's it, my friends. See ya.